Okay, so get some boxes over here. They're hard to come by. The stuff's like gold. But my people are so lazy, just take their time. You know I'm trying to turn around. But anyway, she ended up changing her tune. I sent her a copy of Trump's order of no eviction. Because I said there's no possible way I can be out in 15 days. You'll put me homeless. And that's what the order says. Trump doesn't want people out there homeless and wandering about and dying of corona. So, anyway, I kept offering her the rent, waiting to see if she was going to take it. And she didn't say yes or no. And then she wanted me to sign a document. She texted me and called me like 27 times in one day. And I wasn't into arguing with people. I'm just not in for all that drama. So she sends me some message one day. I have a document I need you to sign. I'm like, oh, I'm not signing anything unless I take it to the lawyer first. But you're welcome to drop it by. So the new document didn't make any sense. All the dates were wrong. It was like somebody wrote it when they were drunk. Because the dates were like for way out in October. I think it was like turn this document in by October 27th, and then it says you have 24 hours to answer this document. All this crap. And said something about as long as you leave the place the way that you rented it, da 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 da. And see, I talked to her before about just letting me live off my deposit, and she absolutely refused. And I said, well, okay, half the deposit, or let me pay you half to go to, you know, whatever. And my rent's the 15th to the 15th, the goofiest thing you've ever heard. And then later she tried to prorate me 6 months later and rip me off. And I went, no, that figure is coming out to over $1,400 a month, and my rent is $1,000. Wrong. You have to take the rent times it by 12. And that's how you figure your daily rent. Divided by 365 days. I learned that from a judge in court one day when Ron and I had rented a house. And the guy was overcharging us. He needed the rent, and then it got down to where he wanted it by the week and all that kind of stuff, and he was ripping us off, and he lost in court big time. Judge was furious. So anyway, those people were on serious drugs. That's why the guy wasn't even living in his own house, because he had to give it up because he needed money. Anyway, so she gave me till actually the 17th to be moved out by, and I was just so over it. I just, I didn't want to get an eviction on my record, even though you can ask the judge if they'll remove it, because they were wrong. And I'm just not into all that negative drama. The only reason she wanted to list it to sell is because the market went up huge in like the last 30 days. And she wants to get on there and sell that sucker. But, she doesn't take the consideration, well, somebody's living in it. And I've lived there over a year. On what she originally claimed was 4 months. And then the lease has no expiration date. I had thought it expired, after like the 4 months. So actually it didn't. It has no expiration or final ending on it. But it is a 30-day, like a month-to-month lease. Where, either party can get 15-day written notice, proper written notice, and they can get out of it. But during this pandemic, they had two modes to keep you from being evicted during Corona. One, if you were laid off and, couldn't pay, or just couldn't afford it, you were excused. A lot of people got evicted, though. Certain states lifted requirements, like Florida lifted their requirements, I think it was in June. And they just started evicting the crap out of people. And then, and you couldn't stop them. A lot of people end up homeless. And then, the second one that Trump did recently, where he said no one gets evicted. He's not going to have people homeless on the street to, have the corona spread and people die for it. And that one has some interesting clauses to it, but it does cover those that do pay rent. See, I always paid rent. It wasn't like I wasn't paying rent. It's just some people have no compassion, no consideration. And right now it's so hard to rent anything here. The rent just keeps going up and up and up. It was like everything was nothing less than $1,000 for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, whatever. Yay for the roller skater. And now it's like everything's $1,400 and up. And hell, I'd go down to Tampa or Lakeland for $1,400 and get a really, really nice house. I could go to New Mexico and get about a mansion for $1,400 a month. I mean, a mansion ranch. Yeah. Oh, the little turtle. Oh. This guy with a truck pipe drive over it. No, he didn't. In Bama, they like to drive over the side of them because they can flip them like a tiddlywink. But it's really horrible because that's a living thing inside a shell. How would you like to be a turtle? So that looks like they tore down a house and built one. There's a bunch of stuff on the street. No trespassing. They evicted somebody because they're pulling everything out of that house. I don't think the rent's going to stay up high like this. I mean, it's way cheaper than California, that's for sure. Gosh, we were just back there and everything was like $2,500 and up for like a 1-bedroom. And they got stuff listed in downtown LA for $4,000 a month rent. Please. Ugh. So silly. I do need to go to the wash and tree, but I can't do it today. Not right now anyway. I got things to do. I'm trying to get this mess packed up. Because I'm going to have to get a bigger storage. I thought I was going to slide with this one, but which not happening, I don't think. I'll get one just a hair bigger. And see if I can get some of that stuff in there. I'm trying to sell off as much furniture as I can that I can always replace. Because it takes up so much room in storage. That's what really costs you, is all the room that furniture takes. But yeah, so it's really a bummer because I'm breaking my neck here to try to get this stuff backed up, and then I'm going on the road and see what I can find. Oh my gosh, look at my goggles. It's like, it's got a line like endless. probably still breakfast time. I like their Egg McMuffin, but gosh, they want like $7 for one now. Forget it. I think I'll make one at home. But, the one time I drive by Popeyes and they don't have a line, it must be closed. But yeah, so it's really sad. But, you know, I'm just not into all the drama and all that. I'm just hoping to God I can get out in time. Because I'm running way behind on my plans here. I do have some friends down in Lakeland. And some friends that moved from the Webb area into Lakeland recently. So I don't know, but I would be checking it out. I wish that truck would move so that I could get the boxes, because I know their warehouse is full over there and they need to unpack. I guess I'll cook an egg and have my leftover steak from yesterday for breakfast. And I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good one.